might as well just bring this up again because, you know, on the whole devs being all, like it punishes bad players because they're showing up on RaDaR. I'm saying here, it's what made the older games great because, once again, I'm just trying to, just looking back to the older games and whatnot, seeing what made them great, and here I am being all, because trying to be all John Cena, where I'm just saying being all, just use a fucking suppressor if you hate showing up on RaDaR, but the problem is, before Modern Warfare 3 released, these suppressors were actually a huge, like, hindrance. It's like, you have COD4 where the AK-47 especially has a damage reduction and whatnot, thus giving you an excuse to use no attachments, and then after that, when you have a normal gun on the assault class and you have a suppressor, all of a sudden you have like almost no range now, and the SMGs were better, but that's not all in all. It's just another episode of the whole bullshit of the fact that it's like whether or not we should even bother to show up on RaDaR, which yeah, there are some weird ass instances like that where I just like, thank God I knew the guy was there because he had a loud gun. But yeah, seriously though, I'm sitting here, it's like, you can tell the devs never even played any of the games regardless of what era it is, and then long behold here, both the UAV and the fact that the guy had a loud gun just saving my ass from time to time, and then doesn't help that my air support is being on a slaughter spree. This, looking back to the days of the older games, it's just why it's great. And then see, it's just a night and day difference though, because of the older games. But no, handicap your loadout by using a dedicated perk on the old RaDaR, which is asinine AF. But I digress. And then also looking back to how some of the other bullshit and whatnot, it's just, man, it's just, all I can say is, and then hearing the whole, how the game is actually 140 gigs now, which is pretty much using up all your space, because, man, then it's like long too late on the whole, like, pre-order bullshit issue, because of the whole, after looking up the file size where it's nearly 90 gigs, and that's pretty much the remainder of my hard drive space on both of my systems, and then they on fucking patching it more to see what day one bullshit they need to like address, which is like, it's all too late now. And then on top of that, I watch a video on the old gen versus new gen, and the textures are just very, very minuscule. I mean, yeah, the only real difference is if you play PC and whatnot, so I'm not gonna get into that, but yeah, so gosh, it's just, this game is just so much, a million times better. Yeah, showing up on RaDaR on a loud gun is just a million times better, because at least you damn well have a clue, and then damn well know, because also noticing that when it comes to the whole RaDaR, it's just the fact that it's like just knowing where everyone's at, because you're at a crowded area, so yeah. But anywho, I don't get it, because I mean, I look at some of the more in-depth issues on some people who are already playing the game, playing Modern Warfare 22 right now, and I'm sitting here, it's like, and then looking back to the whole gold challenges, I'm sitting here, I still prefer COD4's gold and whatnot, because one, it's actually worth bothering to, and it also helps with playstyle whenever you try to use the entire weapon roster, because, and then looking back to how they designed the guns, and that where even though some guns were a joke, but there's a strategy to play with all of them, which I think that ideology transferred onto Modern Warfare 2. Ooh, it's just, oh man, it's just so much nostalgia at the same time, but also being blind on how COD4 wasn't perfect either and whatnot. So, but what can you do? What can you do except maybe try to get whatever like COD4 on PC, but that's all up in the air and whatnot. And then all I have to say, and just all I can say is, yeah, all I can say is once this match comes to an end, because I look back to why I even rehashed this thing during my 2015 spam. It was because I had connection interrupted and whatnot, because I was like I was on a roll, but yeah, I was on a roll, but then it just kicks me out. Which yeah, is like in a modern game, it's that it would just spaz and then continue it. But I would rather just get kicked out, to be honest. Yeah, so yeah, so fuck Modern Warfare 22 and all its bullshit.